Hi everyone and welcome back to StatsTerminal channel. In today's video, I'm going to recap 3 trades that I took on June 4th and explain exactly what I was seeing, why I enter each trade, and how I manage the positions. So for the first trade, my idea was to short VWAP. At the time, the market was trading below a low volume node, and also it was below the overnight high. Based on that context, I believe that the first test to VWAP will likely act as a resistance and produce some sort of a rejection. For my entry, I always look for some times of order flow confirmation. The trigger can be absorption, exhaustions, or false breakouts. As you can see, when price first touched VWAP, it was immediately rejected. We also saw several large trade prints at that level. In my view, that indicates absorption. Buyers were putting significant effort to push up, but there was no results. On the second test of a VWAP, the move higher occurred on relatively low volume, and we could see liquidity building above the VWAP. The stop was placed above the newly created high. As the trade moved in my favor, I began trailing my stop accordingly. The trade ultimately produced 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, which in my book is a good trade. The second trade was based on a failed auction concept. So what exactly is failed auction? In an auction market, price move higher or lower in search of a new buyers and sellers. If the market auction lower, the expectation is it will attract additional sellers to continue moving the price down. A failed auction occurs when the market attempts to move beyond an important level but cannot find enough participate and continue in that direction. Instead of attracting in new sellers, price get rejected and move back into prior range. A simple way to look at it is a failed auction happens when price break below a key level, attract sellers, but fail to continue lower and force back into the prior trading range. In this case, price failed to auction below both the 30-minute initial balance and the 15-minute range. At the lows, we saw several large trade prints, which again suggests absorption. Sellers were putting in effort, but price no longer making meaningful progress lower. So all this pressure going down and no results. If we look at the liquidity map, we can see that we already chopped through significant amount of liquidity. My target for this trade was a move back to the VWAP, but instead of holding it with the target at the VWAP, I'm usually trailing my stop, and I got stopped at the open level, which is another key level that I watch during the day. I will fast forward this trade and we're gonna continue to the next trade, the last trade. For the final trade of the day, that was a breakout above the 30 minutes initial balance. The market has been consolidating for roughly 20 minutes. And after I checked the 30 minutes ORB on StatsTerminal, I felt the odds are in my favor to take that breakout trade. My stop was placed just below the breakout area, essentially below the VWAP. The initial target were the initial balance high and the next key resistance area, while I trailed the remaining position to get the larger move. One thing I want to point out that I exit parts of the trades earlier than I normally would have. The reason was I noticed several larger trades hitting the tape and expected to see immediately follow through against effort versus results. But I didn't see it, so I decided to end the position. Interestingly enough, the move did continue higher, but I was not part of the move. I hope this breakdown gives you some insight into how I combine market structure, liquidity, order flow, and statistics from StatsTerminal to build trade ideas and manage risk throughout the session. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below with any questions you have on these trades, or if you want me to review a specific statistics, check StatsTerminal.com. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the next one.